Hello everyone. Namaste. Har Har Mahadev. Now this video is about the forecast of the month of May 2026. So whatsoever combinations we have during this month and the predictions for the overall predictions for each and every zodiac sign, that's what we are going to talk about in this video. So, of course, the explanatory part is going to be more. So, that's a heads up for all of you. Before we move ahead, if you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And if you would like to have your personal readings from me, you can check out the link in the description box www.anmolastrology.com. Under the readings and unique reading section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. You can also sign up for courses under the courses section. There's a newly launched course, the complete predictive course, where you'll get to learn about the nakshatras and also about the Tribhagi technique. All right, so let's get started with this video. So first of all, I'm going to list what are the major concerns we are going to discuss within this video. And further, I'll go into the explanation part and then I shall conclude it with the predictions for each and every zodiac sign. Remember to check your zodiac sign firstly according to your ascendant zodiac sign. Then, secondly, use the moon zodiac sign as in your Rashi. Okay. So, firstly, we have Saturn and Mars conjunction from the beginning of May 2026, and that is going to be there till 11th of May 2026. Then Mars is going to move in the zodiac sign of Aries, which is its own sign, where it will be conjoining Sun and Mercury, which are already there currently from 11th to 15th of May. Further, Mars will stay into the zodiac sign of Aries from 11th to 21st of June. Then we'll have Sun and Mercury in Taurus from 15th of May till 29th of May. Further, Mercury will move away from the zodiac sign of Taurus. Then we would have Venus Jupiter conjunction in Gemini from 14th of May till 2nd of June, when Jupiter is going to move in its Uch Rashi in Cancer. Then we would have Venus, Jupiter, and Mercury in Gemini from 29th of May till the 2nd of June. So these are the dates, or these are the conjunctions that we are going to talk about today within this video. So let's first start with Saturn and Mars in Pisces, which is happening till 11th of May. So, you know, let's first understand how these two planets work. Then we would combine the houses that they rule. Then we would understand how they react in Pisces. So I would say this is one of the most important and also the opportunist time that we have with the conjunction of both of these planets. Now, if you ask me, these are the two planets which can actually make a lot of chaos within the subconscious because of their presence in the zodiac sign of Pisces. At the same time, Saturn and Mars conjunction in the zodiac sign of Pisces can bring the end to the chaos. See, Saturn is structure. Saturn and Mars both are discipline. But Saturn is a very organized and structured discipline. And Mars is the discipline that you follow towards a certain goal. The kind of passion that you take forward with your actions towards a certain goal. But why both of these planets? Firstly, in the very beginning of the era, when I was basically learning astrology, I was told that these two planets are enemies. Later, as the knowledge evolved, I understood and I got to know new information where it was told that Saturn and Mars are neutral to each other. But Just understand the energies of the planets, and you will understand whether they are friendly or they are enemies or they are neutral. Because it's all about the element that they bring in, it's all about the energies that they bring in. So, Saturn is restriction, Saturn is well thought, action that is taken. It's not merely action, but Saturn, as a part of its nature, it brings a lot of cautiousness. It brings a lot of consciousness as well. So anything that a Saturnian person would do that will be well thought, well rehearsed, and would always measure the pros and cons. Whereas Mars is impulsive. Mars is the energy that has the ability to act and is just ready to act. It doesn't need rest, it doesn't need preparation, but it is ready to act. So both of these planets actually bring very contradictory energy. That's the reason that there's always a tug of war that goes around when there is Mars and Saturn conjunction, or even when they are opposite to each other. So Saturn will always try to control Mars, to restrict Mars, or put Mars into a boundary. Whereas Mars would always try to exit that boundary, to get free from that boundary. So that's the chaos which happens to be there in the beginning, but later it's like you keep a soldier with a mastermind in the same room, and both have to exit the room. One is going to use the mind, the effort from the body, the hard work, and maybe trying to, trying to make the key or find the key of the lock. And the other, the Mars, is going to be just so aggressively, looking into things without even thinking that where should I look? Mars is just looking, looking, looking. That's the kind of energy both of them bring in together. And once they exhaust their energies, they try to work together. So, whenever two planets with different energies come together, they would always ultimately, I'm saying ultimately here, not initially, but ultimately, they would work together to fulfill the goal of that house. So now it's the last house. It's the zodiac sign of Pisces. It's the house of confusion. It is the house, it's the last house. It's the last step of the cycle. Now you are going to either restart, or you're going to just exit from this game of universe. That's what the zodiac sign of Pisces is. So, indeed, any fiery planet coming into a watery sign would feel frustrated, would feel unable to work towards its potential, or work as per its highest potential. So that's what is happening with Mars. So Mars indeed is in a very problematic situation here. Mars is learning the last of the karma, the intensification of the karma, just so that it can restart. So with Saturn and Mars presence for the first 11 days of May, we are going to understand that how we need to declutter the mess and chaos that has been made because of contradictory energies of Saturn and Mars within us and within our lives. So now it's the time to use your subconscious energy with the right amount of energy, the right amount of discipline, and to declutter. Come back into your routine, come back into your action. So this Saturn and Mars, indeed, for the month of May, I'm not talking about April. April is gone, and the chaos has already been made. You will agree to me on this thing. Now it's the fact to get out of that frustrative energy, because now you'll have to move towards the action oriented sign, the movement sign. And this Mars has to go through the Gantanta point as well. All right. So the Saturn and Mars will actually motivate us wherever the zodiac sign of Pisces is. It will motivate us to look into the mirror, to look into the reality, and then finish all the mess that has been made. Come to a settlement with all that mess that has been made and move forward. That's what the Saturn and Mars doing till 11th of May. Further, from 11th of May till 15th of May, this is the most crucial time or the crucial days that we are going to have, because then we are going to have the conjunction of an exalted sun with Mercury and with Mars. Now, you can call this time to be crucial. You can call this time to be extremely important as well. That's for the reason because a Raj Yoga is being made into the very first sign of the zodiac belt. All right. So many zodiac signs, especially the fire signs, would be able to work according to their potential, or whatever they have goals in their mind, they will be able to work towards them, not to achieve them. It's not about achievements, it's about starting the work. And from 11th to 15th of May 2026, whatever you are going to start, or it's a whole energy, it's a whole power pack that you're going to get to move, to finally either restart or to start. Either it's something related to your health, it's something related to your work, profession, it's related to your relationship, anything, wherever this Aries zodiac sign is, wherever the Pisces and Aries is. A shift, a movement, a going one step ahead is going to happen during 11th to 15th of May. At this time, we also have the Raj Yoga. The Raj Yoga being created by an exalted Surya and the Lord of the zodiac sign, which is Aries, which is Mars. But we also have Mercury. So there's always going to be something bad, something good associated with all the conjunctions. Now, just understand that you have the Lord of the communication along with the Lord of the action and along with the Lord of your pride, prestige, recognition, the charm, the light into the zodiac sign of Aries. It can be highly impulsive. It can be highly critical and highly blunt. So during this time, what you do not have to do, that is to get into unnecessary conflict. That is to not ignore your surroundings while doing your action. Because you might be doing the best for everything, but still, because it's the dominance in the fire sign, we need not to forget that fire energy sometimes can be overly absorbing, like it can be overly about you yourself, and it can be totally brutal, direct, upfront. So communication problems can be there, communication battles can be there, actions which are led by or which are somehow associated with blunt communication, that can also be there. But where it can work efficiently is where you have to assert your command, where you have to start something, where you have to be a markets person, where you have to be a salesperson. That is the area where it is going to work beautifully. The only thing that you have to be careful is that the kind of communication, the kind of impulsiveness that you are going to have within your personality, within your actions, within your communication that doesn't lead to troubles, that doesn't lead you towards an end where you end up into some conflict or some problem. But many things of your life are going to settle. Many restarts are going to begin between 11th to 15th of May. Further, and one more thing I've actually written while I was making the analysis. So with Saturn and Mars in Pisces, this can bring in battle within the subconscious. It can motivate us to use corrective measures or corrective actions. It can disturb the sleep till 11th of May. There will be a need for completion or settlement. And most importantly, Saturn and Mars, whenever come together, regardless of the zodiac sign, if you have Saturn and Mars conjunction in your chart, wherever the nakshatra of Dhanishta falls, as in wherever the zodiac sign of Capricorn and Aquarius falls, and wherever the nakshatra of Anuradha falls, or wherever the zodiac sign of Scorpio falls, the source the source of these two planets, the result of these two planets is going to be associated with these three houses. That is the reason that whenever Saturn and Mars come together, they can create troubles or some battles or some disturbance within your relationships, within your friendships, within everything, even in your within your mind, especially when it gets connected with either Aries or with Pisces, because it activates the nakshatra of Dhanishta and Anuradha altogether. So indeed, Saturn Mars coming together is very, very full of opportunities. That's why Saturn Mars, people who have Saturn Mars conjunction or opposition, they have the ability to be the industrialists, to be the ones who are at such a higher position, who are able to grow their career with their own self effort. So the fortune is there, the money is there, the practicality is there, but along with that, there's always the disturbance that carries forward or is attached to them. And there's a heavy karma associated with friendships and personal relationships because of the presence of Anuradha Nakshatra. All right. So the source would belong to the zodiac sign wherever Scorpio, Capricorn, and Aquarius would fall. Then further, we have with this Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Aries, this duration is of restart. And further down the lane, we are going to have Mars in Aries from 11th of May till 21st of June. While Saturn is going to be one house behind of Mars, so Saturn will actually act as the push to Mars. It will act as the motivator or the subconscious mind of Mars. Whereas Sun, by that time, is going to move ahead from 15th of May, and it is going to be in the sign of Taurus along with Mercury. And this Mars is going to be aspected with its ninth aspect. It is going to be aspected by Ketu with its ninth aspect. So, this, first of all, Mars's presence in the zodiac sign of Aries is going to be highly critical for the zodiac signs of, not zodiac signs, but the people who have Mars in Virgo and Mars in Capricorn. Also, for the ones who have Mars in Cancer and Mars in Scorpio. So, definitely the month of May is going to be transformative and difficult, especially with the emotional well being for these four zodiac signs, not as your ascendant or your moon, but where your Mars should be in this zodiac sign. And what is the logic behind it? If you have Mars in Virgo, your Mars, the natal Mars is basically 6 places away from the transit Mars. Whereas with Capricorn, the natal Mars is 4 places away. Sorry, the transit Mars is 4 places away from the natal Mars. So whenever the distance is, or the natal Mars creates 4 or 8 relationship, as in aspecting or the 4 or 8 relationship with the natal Mars, then it creates problems and transitions and difficulty transformation for an individual. So those particular months are always difficult for those individuals. All right. So whenever the transit Mars is 4 places away or 8 places away from your natal Mars, or the natal Mars is 4 places away or the 8 places away from the transit Mars. All right, I hope that is clear. So now what will happen is this Mars is the planet of action, and subconsciously it is basically being supported by Saturn, which is giving it the structure, the foundation. Further, Sun and Mercury being 1 step ahead of Mars is basically giving them precision, giving them sorted priorities. So, till the time Mars is here and Sun and Mercury is ahead of Mars in the zodiac sign of Taurus, which is till 29th of May, right? Till that time, it's very supportive to make important financial decisions. Whether it's to restart a business, start an income source, restart an income source, make a huge investment, purchase a property, do anything in regards of your financial health, financial stability. That is very favorable for while this particular yoga is being made, because here Mars is not just impulsive. Mars is being supportive by 2 planets, which is giving them structure, analyzing their priorities, and giving them strong foundation. So Saturn is giving that analyticalness. It has given the reality check. So now your wisdom is refined. Now your thoughts, your goals are more refined, and you know what the practical life or the what reality is about. Further, with Sun and Mercury in the second from Mars in the zodiac sign of Taurus, it's blunt, it's straightforward, it's sorted with its priorities. Because I always say, whenever a person has Taurus as a zodiac sign, any planet in Taurus, that planet would find its ground because it's a grounded sign. It's an earth sign, but at the same time, it's the sign which makes you learn the importance of priorities, the importance of taking the right decisions at the right time. So that's how it is very supportive. All right. So major final decisions of growth and stability is what you require. So see, we know Mars when comes into Aries, that is going to bring about action, that is going to bring about impulsion, that is going to bring about so much of energy to do this thing, that thing. The reason I'm not including the basic understanding of planets here is because that I can do in another video as well. Right now, we are doing a conclusive analysis of a whole month. So we will only pick what is necessary. And that makes me go back to the saying that I always say that, you know, in astrology, it's actually easy to learn so much, right? But the most important thing you need to learn in astrology is what you should leave at a point of time. Because according to one placement, you will have 50 different predictions. But which one do you have to say right now? Which one do you have to use right now? That is what you should know. That makes you an astrologer. That makes you a right predictor. All right. So we are not going to talk or discuss about what a planet means in a zodiac sign. Rather, we would just talk about what is necessary. Now we are going to have Venus conjunct Jupiter in Gemini from 14th of May to 2nd of June. Trust me, this is a beautiful period that you would have. I think lastly, Jupiter and Venus came together last year, and that indeed was also a very beautiful period to have. And I remember I did a video and a reel also on the fact like when Venus is behind Jupiter in with the lower degrees, when they are closely conjunct, and when they go ahead of each other. So this time around, Jupiter is on the verge to leave the zodiac sign of Gemini. So it is going to give the most intense effects of the zodiac sign of Gemini and the nakshatra of Punarvasu, where now we also have Venus. So whenever two gurus come along and they are in a zodiac sign which is friendly to everyone. So it's not bad, it's not good, it's just neutral to each other. So having two gurus into the zodiac sign of Gemini is like you're curious about knowledge. You're talking about knowledge. The communication, the expression surrounds around skills, knowledge, wisdom, pleasure, beauty, luxury. We know about that. But this time around, how we need to interpret it, that how it needs to give its effect because Jupiter is on the verge of leaving the space of the zodiac sign of Gemini, right? So we indeed would have the fortune of wealth and the fortune of wisdom during these many days. Then the wisdom would be expressed through skills, through communication, through self effort, and through devotion. Maximum amount of effort is needed for improvement wherever the zodiac sign of Gemini is going to be. Jupiter is on the verge of leaving Gemini, and now what concept of Gemini would come alive is that Gemini is a zodiac sign where a man and a woman is coming together. So, indeed, this is a zodiac sign. I know this is not ruled by Venus, right? This is not Libra, but this is the sign where negotiations can happen. This is the sign where the attraction towards each other happens. This is the sign where friendships are formed. This is the sign where relationships out of your bloodline are also formed. So that's the reason when Venus and Jupiter are going to be there, you will feel that my hands, my skills have gotten so much into power. And you would start giving your devotion towards your relationships, the relationships that you have created in this life, not that you have gotten as your brother, your sister, although this is the zodiac sign of siblings as well, but the relationship or the quality of relationship that you have built, you have created. All right. So the masculine and the feminine energy is going to meet with the help of the two gurus, the Shukra and the Guru, right? The time for bonds, unions, settlements. Now just imagine when Venus and Jupiter comes together, Venus is your devotion, Jupiter is your wisdom. Venus is your luxury, Jupiter is your fortune. Venus is your savings, Jupiter is your spending. Why is that so? Venus rules the second house. Jupiter rules the 12th house. So whenever Venus and Jupiter are going to be there, you either are going to, you know, spend a huge amount of money on your skills, on enhancing your skills, knowledge, education, or you are going to put that money upon traveling or something significant, but that would have a pinch of luxury along with a pinch of royalty and exaggeration because of the presence of Jupiter. So the savings and spendings are going to correlate. So you might use your savings to spend, or you are going to add luxury to your words you're spending. So you are going to spend upon luxury. But the fortune always attaches itself with Jupiter and Venus, because Jupiter and Venus, you can consider it to be the Lakshmi Yoga. It's good for the money. It's good for even the knowledge and wisdom, not just the knowledge that you get from the books or by, learning something which is written. Jupiter is what you learn through either your guru or through wisdom of life. But what you learn by going out there, by connecting with people, by socializing, by getting hit with the rock within the society, that's Shukra. So when both the gurus come together, you're unbeatable. But now when it is in Gemini, you're like a small baby. You're like a young child who is trying to learn the wisdom at a very early age. That's what we are going to experience between 14th of May till 2nd of June. So the last thing is Venus is the pleasure, Jupiter is the expanded appetite. All right. So, from mid of May onwards, and usually this happens like here in India, many people plan their trips because it's holidays, it's summer vacation. So I think that's how it is very, very correlated, right? So now the last one that we have is from 29th of May till 2nd of June, we are going to have Jupiter, Venus, but we are also going to have Mercury. So the only way you can understand this conjunction is that with all the aspects we studied with Jupiter and Venus, now add the precision, add the over analytical nature or the precise detailing, communication, curiosity of Mercury. But Mercury, when comes along with the two gurus, it can, it can make, or it can, what is that word? It can make misunderstandings. I was actually trying to say that it gives birth to misunderstanding. That's what I was trying to say. It gives birth to misunderstanding and misexpression, especially in Gemini. It can be overly communicative. So you will have, because till the time Mercury has not entered, till 29th of May, it is still in the zodiac sign of Taurus. So it is balanced. It is in an earth sign. It's not going around and saying things. It has prioritized its communication, that what amount of information needs to be passed on. But once it goes into the zodiac sign of Gemini, now it's the karma that has started, which will trigger misunderstanding. And two people who are gurus, who are rigid in their own sense, not being convinced, are going to get misunderstood, are going to get misexpressioned. All right. So Mercury is the critical evaluation. It adds on critical evaluation to Jupiter and Venus. It adds on communication. It adds on questioning and curiosity into the process of Venus and Jupiter. So the unionships, the settlements, the friendships would now have the sense of doubt, misunderstandings, misexpressions. So that's what we need to take care of. So that's what is the explanation for the month of May with its transit. Now, let's talk about each and every zodiac sign. Now, let's talk about each and every zodiac sign as discussed. Please refer to the ascendant zodiac sign first and then your Rashi sign, which is your moon sign. Since this is a monthly horoscope, this may or may not 100% resonate with everyone for the reason that some people might be going through another dasha, they might not have any planets onto, in those zodiac signs, or they might have a lot of planets in those zodiac sign. So if you have a lot of planets, then the impact is more because there's disturbance being caused by it. If it is not, then the effect might just not be felt completely. All right. And for some people, some effects will be more and some effects will be less. So please take it like a generalized information. All right. So first of all, for an Aries zodiac sign, whether ascendant or moon, all of these transits are moving from your 12th, first, second, and third house. So I have randomly taken the 16th of May as an average date to give out the predictions. So basically, the month of May would start with a lot of frustration within the subconscious mind, restless nights, sleepless nights, and not being able to act upon, as per the potential that you know that you have. Right. And then further, it will give you the energy, the additional energy further by the mid of May, by the time Mars comes into the zodiac sign of Aries. It will make you more triggered and more motivated towards taking action upon your things, like whether it's related to your health or related to movement or it is related to finances. But definitely for the month of May, the focus is going to be how you have transitioned, how you have transformed from the time where you were unable to act, but now finally when you are able to take some firm decisions of your life. Now, these decisions would revolve around finances, career options, job, and even your relationship with your family. You will also have to deal with your younger sibling for some reason, why, whether it's financially or it's like you're trying to support them somewhere for some matter. It could even be that you will have some changes, and I'm categorizing changes. I'm not saying promotion, I'm not saying change of job, but I'm saying changes in regards of job scenario as well. But definitely this month is also good to start and to start expressing yourself in a creative manner and to settle your terms with everyone where you have had some problems. Right? So the whole concept, the whole month of May is associated with your responsibilities, getting out of your cocoon towards the action, sorting your finances, sorting your relationships within the family, getting better with your communication, and speaking your heart out. So that's what we have for Aries. For the zodiac sign of Taurus, the whole transits of the month of May are happening from your 11th, 12th, 1st, and 2nd. So, just very similar to the zodiac sign of Aries, all of this time is where you connect or you redefine your relationships or your associations within your social circle, then only to understand, identify, and to identify your responsibilities and further to take charge of your decisions in regards of your health, in regards of your stability, in regards of your income, right? This month can actually be very good for you in terms of finances and in terms of identifying your potential towards finances, right? You will also have to deal with celebration or celebrity moments within your family. or within your dynamics, like, your friend circle as well. But this month will start a little off in terms of friendships, in terms of social or society relations, or social circle, or feeling dissatisfied with the amount of recognition you are having, but only to realize that there's some more work pending, and that has to come there. Only after that the light would come around. So this month is going to revolve around your self efforts going, and you making some important decisions in regards of your finances and your family ties, coming into settlement with in some investments and with some members of the family as well. All right. Now, next we have the zodiac sign of Gemini. For Gemini individuals, all of these transits are going from the 10th house, 11th, 12th, and first house. So basically, for Geminis, this month of May is full of experiences, but the experiences that is going to make you understand and get stabilized with your own decisions. There were things in regards of your career which you were not, as the month of May started, and even from the month of April, there was some sense of dissatisfaction in regards of the career. There was some un unexpected battles or inner battles that you were dealing with in terms of your career and even with your authorities in your career space. So you took some actions, you took some decisions in regards of that. Now, after coming out of that battle or that mess, the chaotic situation, now you're looking forward to restart or go for a better start. Further, this would also make you align with your spiritual self in a very practical manner. I hope that makes sense. As in that this particular scenario of your career has basically taught you, and now you are willing to act upon the teachings that you got from there. So this month of May can actually be relaxing, or it can be a good positive ray of hope this month. And in fact, with Venus and Jupiter coming into your ascendant way towards the end of this month, I think you'll feel that fortunate self. You'll feel that wisdom that, yes, I've learned something good out of it, and now my actions will be guided by my understanding and my wisdom. So, um, this month is important for you to take decisions for yourself because the wisdom is there now, the understanding has been there. Now it's the time to take those decisions, right? But these decisions are not going to be revolved around just finances, just the career, but it is more about you, yourself, your peace of mind, your skills, right? So that's what Geminis are going to deal with. Now, further, Cancer. Cancer individuals for this month, the transits are happening from your 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. You have learned so much this month. Like, you have genuinely learned so much. You have learned patience. You have learned how to control your actions by being all reactive, you know but definitely, this month started as very frustrating, imposing, forceful lesson coming onto you, onto yourself, right? Further, it will give you power. This month might start not very gracefully, but as soon as you get a little more into the days of this month, it is going to get so much better with your power. With Mars coming into your 10th house, you will find your light. You will find the path to work on. Your goals will be clearer, and you will be very sharp, very intelligent, very evaluative with the people that you connect with now. Definitely, there can be some gains, with recognition, with career, or otherwise with growth, or in any manner, there's going to be something which is going to fulfill your desire this month. So you'll feel that, yes, something good has happened for me. This patience that I learned, this lesson that I learned, that is coming out beautifully by giving me something, right? Along with that, with Jupiter and Venus in the 12th house, you will also feel very spiritually aligned, but there will be a very major expenditure that would come around in the month of May. That expenditure can be on the part of your home, maybe a renovation, maybe you're getting some things corrected within your home or within your surrounding, or maybe you're shifting so to a different place, so you are making certain arrangements for that. But definitely the expenditure is going to be massive this month. At the same time, it's like it's the expenditure that you wanted to make. It's not just suddenly coming up. For some people, for some Cancer ascendants or Cancer zodiac signs, this particular major expenditure can either be for the provision, like provision towards the others, or maybe towards the family, or it could even be that you are doing this expenditure on medical provision of someone else or even for yourself. All right, now the zodiac sign of Leo. For Leo ascendants, all of this is happening from the 8th, ninth, 10th, and 11th. So whenever these transits happen from these particular houses, so it actually makes you go through significant sudden changes that basically change the whole dynamic. I think the dynamics would have changed in April itself for you with your surroundings. Maybe there would have been shift of residence, maybe you would have shut down your career, maybe you have changed your job. Anything happened in your life as related to your career, related to your relationships, related to your movement, physical, wherever you are. So that changed and the surroundings changed drastically. Now, during this month, you will get the opportunities to stand for what is right or to stand for what you feel should be done next, right? So, since you have been going through the Ketu transit in your first house, already things have been so clueless. But now it's the last phase of Ketu coming. Ketu has entered Maga. It's the very last phase before it moves into the zodiac sign of Cancer. So now it has given the lesson, it has given the wisdom. Now it's the time to seek the blessings. Now it's time to reset or restart. Right? So that's why you will feel very powerful for this month once Mars enters into your ninth house. Because it's always said whenever Mars is in the ninth house in a good zodiac sign, many things or many flaws of the birth chart are covered. But you will have to fight for something. You will have to fight for someone. You will have to fight for what is right. That is what is required there. But at the same time, you will sort things. Now you are sorting everything down, whether it's related to your career or it is related to your inheritance or it is related to your father, your ancestors. You're just trying to get better with everything. You're coming to settlement with everything. Now with the 11th house, Jupiter and Venus, it's beautiful placement coming there. You're going to get the fruits of your desires. You're going to get your desires fulfilled. So it's a beautiful transit that is coming there as well. And you will be able to express yourself more better than ever. And you will get the blessings of this Ketu. Absolutely. For this month. All right. Next, we have the zodiac sign of Virgo. So, Virgo individuals, all of these transits are happening within our seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th. So, that means things related to your career are going to change. The dynamics with your career are going to totally change. There's going to be either some addition or some subtraction from your career or the dynamics of your career, your business, or even your relationships. Either it is marriage, or it's a serious relationship, or it's a love encounter. Everything is going to be changing. So there's like you are trying to now evolve through that change, because the change has happened now. Initially, as you enter this month, you may feel very frustrated. You may feel that there has been misunderstandings either with the partner, or within your business, or within your career. But further, it is the air is going to get cleared, and the dynamics of the problems that you were experiencing, that are going to change. Further, when Mars goes into the eighth house, your energy is actually going to go into deeper stuff, like to find solutions of your problems. So you'll be researching, you'll try to get to know more about why things are the way they are, why it may be astrologically, maybe otherwise, but this is your journey to find the solutions. This is your journey to understand the wisdom that you're getting out of this, right? So every change that is coming into your relationships, every change that is coming into your career, that basically is giving you some guidance, and this is your time to acknowledge it, to learn it. Also, you might seek for therapy. You might seek for help from others, because Mars, when goes into the eighth house, it makes you dive deeper into either other people's psychology or yourself, right? So that's how it is being there, and especially in the zodiac sign of Aries. So that's why there are career changes, but there are lessons that you learn from it, and that you make better choices in the coming time. So and also, this time can be very important for your partner as well at the same time, because seventh house is your partner at partner also, and all the stars are moving in a way from their first to the fourth house. So there are changes within the home also that you can expect, but there can be expansion of your home. All right, there can be some expanding of your career, your business, or expansion within the home. Or there can be addition of someone into the family. Either it's the wedding of your younger sibling, or maybe your elder sibling, or birth of the child, anything in any way, or even your own marriage. And in any way, there can be some addition. Now, next we have the zodiac sign of Libra. For Libra individuals, the whole of this pattern is being from sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth. Definitely, Libra individuals are dealing through complications within their work dynamics, work environment, and within their relationships. Not just the relationship of love, not just the relationship of marriage, but also the other relationships that you have. For the initial time of the month of May, you might have felt um, very forced by your relatives or by your colleagues, which basically got you feel very frustrated. And now it's the time to clear the air with your relatives, with your legal matters, or with your colleagues. And further, when Mars comes into the seventh house, it's more about taking action and taking charge of your relationships, taking charge of how other people are coming towards you, because with Mars in the seventh house, there can be a lot of dominance to be coming from the seventh house. At the same time, you also have to put the dominance there so that it gets better, so that it gets settled and it's not overpowering. But definitely, your energy will go into the seventh house to rectify the situations of the seventh house. All right. And then you also have Sun and Mercury coming into your eighth house, Jupiter and Venus into the ninth house. There can be some solving of problems in regards of maybe your inheritance, maybe the disputes that you had within your family, within your workspace, within the family of your in-laws, within the family of your extended family, like your father's family as well. So any sort of those problems might get settled now if your chart also promises that. So there's a lot of changes in the dynamics of relationships, in the dynamics of the routine, and also in the dynamics of your health that are going to be there. But from what I can see, this is going to be towards growth, like coming out of the mess and settling your terms. That's the kind of situation it shows. All right. So, and also at the same time, you will be learning some new skills as well. You'll be able to express yourself creatively through your knowledge and your wisdom as well. Now, next we have the zodiac sign of Scorpio. For Scorpios, the transits are happening from the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So, these are all the down houses which are being affected for Scorpios. So, Scorpios are currently going through so many transitions, but these transitions are more psychological. You will start the month of May by feeling very, very frustrated with your own decision making. Like there will be, you would have understood that you have made wrong decisions or you have reacted wrongly at certain points, which will actually be able to heal you from the inside or the inner child within you. And then further down the lane, as Mars moves into the sixth house, it's more about bringing in action, managing the sixth house, managing your health and nutrition, managing your workspace, managing your relationship with the colleagues. Try to put your foot down for everyone who has given you stress or who has bothered you within your workspace, within even the environment of your home. Then there will be some ego battles or some, you know, ego related issues with others or within your business or with your spouse as well. And then there definitely is going to be some major investment that you are going to make, or something related to investment or inheritance might get settled and you might receive some blessings from there. For this month of May, you will have to deal with your health, the uncertainty of your relationships, and also uncertainty of your investments. But the investments are going to be on the major side where, as in, you are trying to put your money somewhere where you are expecting some growth, right? So you will be able to actually get that growth. Either it's monetarily or it's related to your ideas that you're pitching in terms of your like growing your finances, right? But in this process, the relationships can suffer. Your partner can feel very adamant. Your partner can feel that as if you are not giving time to him or her. So that could even be one matter. But otherwise, for the month of May, things, it's like, I'm not saying that things are growing, but there are certain things that you have to settle within this month so that they are not bothering you in the coming time. And for Scorpios, if you are into speculations, if you're planning to put your money somewhere, just be thorough with your knowledge before you put your money into either investment or into either buying a fixed asset, or for speculations like buying shares or gambling or crypto, anything of that sort. All right. And there can be some major responsibility that you have to take on part of your in-laws, or there can be some major event that would happen in the life of your in-laws if you are married. If you are not married, this can even give you the opportunity of marriage. If you are married, it can even add on someone into your family, like there can be birth of a child as well if you are expecting that. All right. So next we have the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. For Sagittarius individuals, all of these transits are happening from 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. So having these transitions, um, you will start in the month of May with a lot of frustration within your heart and your heart space. It's like that you are forced to deal with your childhood trauma. You're forced to deal with your childhood stuff, with your inner battles. You're forced to deal with uncomfortable situations, but only to realize that you need to act upon it. You need to act towards getting better with it. This is not the instance or the kind of emotion you can stay forever. So that's why you'll be dealing a lot with yourself, with your peace of mind within the matters of your home. There could even be the possibilities of future investments or fixed investments in the coming time, because once Mars moves into the zodiac sign of Aries, then you will actively pursue your knowledge, your your education, or maybe just learning more and more about mythology, learning more and more about shares, speculations, investments, all of that. But in whole of this process, you will feel quite reactive. You'll feel that now things have been bothering you. Now I'm not going to let anything bother me. I'm going to find the control back to myself. This particular time, at the same time, can heal your relationships, your relationship with your partner or your business opportunities can get very, very better. You will have to take the charge of your own decisions, of your own reactions, take the credibility of it. At the same time, you'll work well towards your nutrition, towards your health, towards your routine as well. You're tired of laziness. You're now trying to come out of it and make the best of it. So there will be some also sacrifice required on the part of home, family, or the partner. All right. So now next we have the zodiac sign of Capricorn. For Capricorn individuals, the transits are happening from third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth house. So this month would start with a lot of frustration and unnecessary fights that have been either with siblings or with the close friends or with the neighbors. But now, after going through all of that chaos, you're going to start settling your terms with everyone. There is going to be disturbance within the dynamics of your home within this month as well, but you will be taking charge of it. Your energy will be needed to manage the home, to manage the responsibilities towards the home, right? Now you do that comfortably, you do that happily, or you do that with, the sense of that why it is happening with me, that's up to you. But you will have to do it. Along with that, there can be addition into the family. There can be more investments that you might make, or there can be huge expenditures that you will be making on the part of either provision towards the family or on the part of creating comfort. Or even there's a possibility of you getting a new vehicle or a new luxury. Most of all, it seems to be vehicle, or it also seems to be land. At the same time, I see Capricorns to be very, very reactive at the point, right? Along with that, you will have to deal with your relatives. You will have to deal with your colleagues as well. Somehow, I do see you will also have to deal with visitations of hospitals or providing the money for someone who is maybe like just for the sake of them getting better, right? So hospital visits could also be there, right? Or it simply means that you are trying to get better with your nutrition, with your routine. So you're visiting certain places to get yourself checked and, get better with your health and nutrition. That is also what it means. Also, it seems to give you a lot of expenditure, but at the same time, some solid investments. Um, Overall, I won't say the month is good. The month is not bad either. But there are so many things that you will have to deal with this month. And it's better to have a perspective that, yes, I'm trying to solve and I'm trying to, manage all the dynamics this month. Now, next we have the zodiac sign of Aquarius. For Aquarius, all these transits are happening in your second, third, fourth, and fifth. So when these houses get activated, that means you will have to deal with your family dynamics. You will have to deal with your childhood traumas. You will have to deal with your personal relationships. You will have to deal with your reactive self. You will have to deal with your intelligence, your decisions. So, for the Aquarius individuals, this month might start with a lot of frustration on the end of family, on the end of recognizing and acknowledging that what was given to you by them. In the aspect of, it could be for some, it could be the aspect of money. For some, it could be the aspect of the trauma. For some, it could be the aspect of the upbringing. But definitely you're going through some major transitional process where now you will finally start speaking up. This month will actually make you have a lot of courage and to do a lot of actions which is unlike you. It's like you are now going to act independently. You're going to take the charge of your life. That's what it means. At the same time, you want to take charge of your skills. You want to take charge of your passion, passion, your interests, your creativity, right? So definitely you are transitioning not with the career specifically, the relationship specifically, no, but something is shifting within you. Something is shifting within your choices. All right. Now, next we have the zodiac sign of Pisces. For Pisces individual, all these transits are happening in your first, second, third, and fourth. So you will start into this month by being very frustrated by being wrongly judged, wrongly accused. Further, you'll gain the strength to talk about it, to retaliate upon it, and to take your stand. Then further, with all these planets in the third and the fourth house, you will have to deal with the dynamics of the home. You will have to deal with the expansion in your career, expansion in your responsibilities. You will have to seek fulfill the responsibilities towards the home. Especially, you will have to take up maybe an expenditure, or you will have to take up responsibilities in regards of provision towards your mother, towards your home, towards your family. All right. With Sun in the third house, Mars in the second house, and Jupiter and Venus in the fourth house, you're going to be quite assertive because that's what is needed now. You have been judged, you have been criticized. Now it's the time that you have understood that till the time I won't speak, no one is going to listen to me. So it's the time to work on your assertiveness, work on your skills as well. All right. And especially the major chunk of work and responsibility will be towards the family, towards the home environment. Definitely, there's Lakshmi coming from the fourth house. So the comforts, you will be able to create the comforts. You will be able to create the comfortable environment, the dynamic. But at the same time, it took a lot to reach here. It took a lot. to understand and make others understand that what was the process for this success. So that's what I see is going to be the major theme for this month. All right. So, guys, this was my analysis about the month of May, the forecast for the month of May 2026. And I hope it helps. We'll see you with the next video. Bye bye. Take care.